all of a sudden you realize that, yeah, what happens if nobody cooks at home or they don't clean the house every once in a while? Well, should you get paid for the work you do at home? No, not working from home. No, doing household chores, cleaning, dusting, vacuuming. How about taking care of children? They're the future generation. They're going to be beneficial for society, and you're looking after them. Shouldn't you get paid? Oh, you're asking me who pays? Well, the government, of course. It's an interesting topic, right? There's some good things and maybe some not good things about that trend. So let's talk about it this time. Welcome to IELTS Juice. Today we're assessing an essay with this topic. Parents, usually mothers, stay at home to look after their family. People believe they should receive a salary from the government for that. Do you agree or disagree with this statement? Well, the essay type is opinion. We only have one main idea, and that's your own opinion. And we should basically focus on that and focus on answering that. So everything is pointed at your own opinion. The topic has a small twist in it. It says parents, so it doesn't matter who, but in specific, we're targeting mothers. They stay at home and this one is generic. Look after their family. Look after their family in any way, shape, and form possible. So, by cleaning the house, that's taking care of the health of the family in specific here. That's good. That's legitimate. That's looking after. Also vacuuming, also cooking, also maybe teaching things at home. First is language. Many of us learn language by looking at our mothers and the way they talk to us. And we mimic, like a parrot, we just copy and we reflect. So that's many of us learn our mother tongue, the first language we ever learn is through our mother's teachings. That's very natural. We think, yeah, we were born speaking French or Spanish or Thai or Chinese. No, it's actually a skill. And our first teacher was our mother. Now, that's also considered looking after. So it's a broad topic, and you can decide between the items that I just said, and you can go a little deeper and come up with multiple examples. And that's interesting. The second aspect says government should go ahead, step forward and pay and give mothers or anybody who stays at home and does the job, as I explained, a salary. That's interesting. There are some good aspects, bad aspects. Let's talk about it. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Some people believe that stay-at-home parents, this is a compound adjective, meaning parents who stay at home. But when you say stay-at-home parents, and this is a compound adjective, you need to hyphenate it. If you don't know what hyphen is, I'm going to put a lesson about hyphen in the description below. It takes only 1 minute for you to know what hyphen looks like and where we need to use hyphen. So stay at home parents who are responsible for taking care of family members should have regular payments instead of salary from the government. Okay. So there are people who believe that parents who stay at home and also responsible for taking care of family should receive payments from the government. That's the premise. That's the starting point. Now, this is the thesis statement. This is the most important sentence in this essay. It seems that they deserve it. It seems that they refers to the parents, deserve it refers to salary, since looking after family is a full-time job. Another hyphen is needed here. And does not include any time off from work. Correct. You cannot have a vacation. If you're a mother, you cannot have a vacation and say, no, I'm not going to look after my baby on Saturdays and Sundays. That's crazy. It's just crazy. So I like the introduction. You can already tell that I am interested. This is an interesting topic. Sure, I would like to know more. I would like to be part of the discourse, part of the debate, part of the discussion. Sure. But this essay makes it even more interesting by saying it seems like it's not clear yet, but it seems they deserve, because there is no time off. And that's an interesting concept. You just think to yourself, and all of a sudden you realize that, yeah, what happens if nobody cooks at home or they don't clean the house every once in a while? Well, that's an interesting one. There is no time off here. It's a 100% full-time job. It has elements of full-time job and even more, in a sense that you don't have any vacation. You don't have any time off. That intrigues me. That part is interesting. I would like to look at the other paragraphs and see what happens. So I'm just gonna start the first body paragraph to begin with, okay? These parents do not have time for learning something. Usually do not have time to learn something. That's better than for learning. It's better than that. Something new, or take a job. See, they do not have time to learn, to take, they match a job, as they are always busy taking care of members of the family. Good. Not only are they, inversion, not only are they accountable for taking care of family, but also they have to do housework. Housework, like homework, is all one word. So yeah, it's not two separate words. To do housework, such as doing dishes or laundry. I like the examples. These activities are so time-consuming, I need a hyphen here, that they do not have a chance to learn a new skill or have some leisure time for themselves. Correct. All correct. So there's no time for them. They cannot improve themselves. And this task is all time-consuming in a way that even if they want to work, they can't, because they have to stay at home. Somebody has to do the dishes, somebody has to do the laundry, somebody has to do the cleaning, somebody has to, I don't know, look after the baby, the newborn baby, or maybe other babies, toddlers, children, look after the children when they play. There are so many things to do. For example, a mother who's responsible for housework is so busy all day that she cannot find some time for herself in order to attend a class. I understand this is very good in order to make this a genuine example. Because to me, this doesn't look like an example. I cannot exactly see. Yeah, a mother who is responsible for housework. Housework is a general term. A mother is all mothers. It's a generic term. All day that she cannot find some time for herself in order to attend a class, at least maybe instead of a class and be too generic, we could say, let's see, what would a mother like to do? Maybe to attend a painting class, or a pottery class, or a class about weaving, or a yoga class, maybe a history class, maybe a leadership class. A leadership class takes time and dedication. It's not easy. So there are multiple ways you could make it a genuine example. Instead of a class, we could say a specific certain class, but it has to be something specific so that example becomes a genuine example, and it's not just another sentence in too generic and covering everything about everybody in every circumstance. That is not an example, actually. Example is very selective. It's very isolated, unique. You just take it and you show it as a member of a whole, but you show a sample. Furthermore, these parents often get tired of doing these responsibilities without being appreciated. Absolutely correct. Since these tasks are routine, I need a comma here, they can easily be bored and lose their interest. Correct. Another generic sentence. We have too many generic sentences. Paying them on a casual basis can make them motivated. Casual. Not regular. Casual basis. Can still make them motivated. Can still motivate them. You know, it's to make them motivated, like forcing them to be motivated. It's a bit, you just motivate them. That's better. You don't have to force them to be motivated. It's a bit weird. And also, I probably need a comma here, another comma here. They may feel beneficial. I need a bracketing comma for and also. One comma before, one comma after. To illustrate this, okay, we're illustrating. Let's see. When a stay-at-home, hyphenated please, stay hyphen at hyphen home, mother receives money as a salary. Instead of this, you could say she receives $1,000 or, I don't know, $500 as a salary. She feels that she is valuable for society. She feels that her hard work is cherished. Something like this. So the comma should come before so. She gets motivated and tries to do her responsibilities better. Very generic. This is not an example. This is not the illustration I was hoping to see. I don't know. It's like I'm going to attend a gallery and I ask, okay, what type of art am I going to see? And the answer is they are going to be beautiful, outstanding, amazing pictures on walls that you can go and visit and enjoy. And I go like, yeah, I understand. It's a gallery. But what genre of art is portrayed there? Which artist? What era? Am I going to visit a gallery of paintings from 1900, or they're modern? Is it classic or contemporary? Which one? And again, the answer is, okay, you are going to be blown away. The gallery will have all these beautiful pictures from different time eras, from different painters, and you will just be it would be jaw-dropping for you. And I go, yeah, I have, I don't know, I have too much free time on my hand. I've got to go, I've got to do something. So yeah, I might as well buy some tickets and see what this jaw-dropping gallery looks like. But I'm not going to go there well-informed. So that example may have already helped you to understand what I mean when we say an example, we want to illustrate, and then we actually don't illustrate. And we don't give any examples. To sum up, governments should formulate some policies in order to pay salaries to stay-at-home parents, hyphenated, in order to make them motivated, again, in order to motivate them and eager. Motivate is already enough, in order to motivate them, or as a motivational move. Since these parents have been sacrificed their life. Okay. Woo, for 1 second I thought these parents were dead because they have been sacrificed, like somebody killed them in the name of God. I realized, no, the grammar is mistaken. Parents have sacrificed their lives. Parents, you know. So passive voice is playing games with me. No, please don't use passive voice here. They do not have time to learn, again, better than for learning, a new skill or get a job. So the housework should be their source of income. All right, 289 words. Let's look at the band descriptors. Okay, this is where the action happens. So let's see. Do you remember the sentence in the conclusion towards the end? That was in passive voice, and it shouldn't have been in a passive voice. That is responsible for the 6. It changes the meaning, so it messes with the communication a bit. Also, in case of punctuation, we needed a lot of hyphens. So again, as a reminder, in the description below the like key, you will find the lesson that we suggest for each video. So some videos have less suggested lessons. All videos have, of course, a version for you to see a 7+ sample for every rubric we assess. But in this particular case, we're putting a lesson specific for hyphens. Do check it out. Vocabulary wise, not many issues. The range was normal, 7, and we had just very few errors, really rare errors in vocabulary. And the number of errors was higher among those compound adjectives. So there was some awareness, but it wasn't universal for all the less common vocabulary that we saw in this particular essay. Coherence and cohesion sounds good, especially this one. I liked sequencing, because in the conclusion we had 2 sentences, one for the first body paragraph and the second one for the second body paragraph. And the first one was to say that this is such a crucial thing to do, and in the second one it's not appreciated enough, and they need to see the value, that their contribution matters. They want to see that. I like this. As for task response, my only issue here that I can explain and focus on is that overgeneralized sentences, overgeneralized examples. They could be better examples, but they weren't. They were, again, some generic sentences. Related to the topic, yes, but they needed to get in, penetrate the question, the topic, and tell me some better insight, but they did not. They just stayed generic. This is 7, thanks to correct organization of the essay. I mean, the organization of the logic and the way that the writer presented and defended his or her opinion is indeed a good example. It could be better, yes, absolutely. But I already mentioned all the areas where this particular essay could improve. On that note, you can get these takeaways and implement them in your essays, letters, reports for IELTS, or anything you do. Maybe you write an email or an SOP, statement of purpose, or a cover letter. In any way, work on your representatives to be an awesome version of you. On that note, I hope you have a lovely day ahead.